When we receive messages asking about a skincare routine video, our first thought was how it was going to be a very short one. The thing is, I'm not that into beauty. Sure, it would be lovely to have flawless skin, but I'm not super obsessed about it. You'll almost never find me with makeup on my face, and I didn't exactly have something I would call a routine for taking care of my skin. But showing more love to my skin is something that I should and I want to be doing, especially now that I'm in my 30s. Earlier this year, YORS reached out to us, and as a brand, they got us really intrigued. So for the past few months, I've been reading up about skincare, trying out some of YORS' products, and I finally stuck to a simple routine that works for me. Here are my thoughts on building my own minimalist skincare routine. I think the greatest benefit of having a more minimal routine is that it's sustainable in more ways than one. For someone like me, who's not passionate about beauty, I'm more likely to stick to a routine if it was basic. I would never be able to stick to an elaborate 10-step routine, but I wouldn't mind one that's just a couple of steps. Secondly, most of us who have dabbled with skincare would be familiar with half-used bottles that no longer spark joy. A minimal routine means trying and using fewer products, which theoretically means less clutter and less waste. My goal when building my skincare routine is for it to be as simple as possible, take as few steps as possible, and rely on a small handful of products based on what I need. What I've settled on is a 3-step routine that takes less than 5 minutes in the morning and in the evening. Each of the products that I use play a distinct role, but I would only deem 2 items as truly essential and should be in everybody's routine: a cleanser and sunscreen. Anyone who wants to keep their skin healthy will benefit from these 2 products, no matter the skin type. But on top of skin health, many of us are also looking to enhance our skin's appearance or treat certain skin concerns. So I also have 2 additional items with the goal of achieving better looking skin. But skincare is a personal thing. To find the ideal products for one's skin, it almost feels unavoidable to have to go through a never-ending trial and error process, and that was something that has always felt overwhelming to me. In the past, I would get my skincare in one of two ways. I would choose products with good reviews that are available in drugstores near me, or I would happily accept hand-me-downs from my sister's surplus collection. The personalized serums and moisturizers from yours are a significant, discernible upgrade over what I had been using in the past, and they have worked exceedingly well for my skin so far. It may be that I was finally using high-quality products for a change, but the personalized routine from yours felt like the first time I was using a thoughtful curation of products that actually considered my skin's needs. The way that personalized skincare works is, you go through a skin assessment on yours website, and their algorithm will build a routine based on your skin's needs. It almost sounds too easy, so naturally, I had a bit of skepticism. How does personalization work, and how personalized can it be exactly? So I asked Navneet, who's the co-founder of yours, to clarify some of the questions that I had.
Yeah, I think that's a great question because there's a lot of curiosity around how personalization actually works. Now, personalization comes in at a routine level where one part of the equation is to help a user understand what's going on with their skin, for which we have a selfie analysis. So a user doesn't need to guess whether they have oily skin or do they have acne or pigmentation. They can simply take a selfie, and we use computer vision to analyze what your skin really needs. We combine that information with your lifestyle and environment data and decode what your skin exactly needs, and then we map you to the right products from our product library. Not to say that this product library is one static set of products that just stays forever. It's something that's continuously learning from feedback from our users and feeding into the machine learning model to actually optimize the formulations as well. Long story short, no per bottle customization. We focus on personalizing your routine in a way that caters to all your skin needs without you having to guess what's the right products to use, and at the same time having the trust knowing that each formulation has actually been tested for almost 6 to 8 months, and they all comply with European cosmetic regulations, which is one of the most stringent in the world.
While I really like the routine yours had personalized for me on that first try, it's only right that I talked about the things that I didn't like. My nose is quite fussy, so personally, I would prefer all of the products I use to be fragrance-free. The night cream has a mild, natural fragrance that unfortunately didn't get along well with my sense of smell. Thankfully, yours told me that customers who wish to opt for fragrance-free products can do so at the moment by writing in, and they are working on including it as an option directly in their skin assessment. I had the opportunity to try the Cloud Factory cleanser from yours, and it was nice. But I have very sensitive skin, so I'm more resistant to changing out the cleanser that I'm used to, so I chose not to for the time being. Lastly, and I'm really nitpicking here, the style and colors of yours' products are a little too feminine for my liking. I know it seems like an insignificant issue, but it's just one of those things that I wish I could change, especially for the products that you would leave on nightstands or bring with you when you're out and about. All in all, I really like the idea of personalized skincare from yours for my own needs, but there's no telling if it would work for you as well as it did for me. In a perfect world, personalized skincare would also mean eliminating the need for consumers to go through the trial and error process, potentially reducing a ton of waste from a very wasteful industry, making skincare slightly more sustainable. Yours' commitment to sustainability and transparency are things that had drawn us to the brand in the first place, and they are doing many things right. But we also understand that it was always going to be an uphill battle for a young company to do everything perfectly. That said, in all of our communication with yours, both in private and through their sustainability roadmap that's accessible by the public, we get the sense that they recognize where they fall short and are working hard on them.
There's a lot we can still do, and a lot of times there are external dependencies that we have that become a bigger challenge. For example, the use of plastic bottles, right? That's something that we're not very proud of, and we want to change that, but there's also practically very limited options available for a young startup. For example, sugarcane tubes, a more sustainable solution. The minimum order quantity for that is 70,000 units, which a small business cannot afford. In the interim, how we plan to bridge that gap is by introducing refill packs so that a user can actually reuse the bottle multiple times before it's even recycled, and that allows us to reduce the carbon footprint. And the second thing that we're working towards is really minimizing the packaging. We're combining different elements so that the bottles are taken care of while they're in transit, but at the same time, without hampering the unboxing experience of a user, can we really move towards a more sustainable solution? So that's something that's in the works, and we're super excited to bring to life in a couple of weeks.
We tend to look to skincare products to help us solve issues that present themselves on our skin, but that can often be missing the root of the problem. We've always believed that eating well, managing stress, getting plenty of exercise and quality sleep are all more important things than any combination of products that we can apply on our skin. Our minds and our bodies are amazing machines. When we take good care of them, usually they'll help our skin to take care of itself. But life isn't always that easy, and we could all use a bit of assistance. If you're looking to build your own minimalist skincare routine, but have no idea where to start, or even what type of skin you have, then personalized skincare from yours is definitely worth taking a look at. There will be links in the description below for you to check them out, and also make sure to use our promo code to enjoy additional perks. We hope you enjoyed this video. Everyone, take care and stay safe.